everyone, so today we're looking at what is called a balcony card. So this is a balcony card and it's made from a piece of card 15 by 15, so it goes into a 6-inch envelope and it opens to reveal beautiful pictures which you can stack up in tiers. Okay, we'll have a look at a few more samples and then we'll see how to do it. So this is one. A lot of these are using the Easy 3D toppers from Hearty Crafts, and they come in packs of 10 designs. So in there's actually 30 layers and they're all individually packed. They're beautiful to use. So this is a mixture from the Summer Village pack, and it folds flat. So just got a bit stuck. There we go. They fold flat to go in the envelope. Okay. This is one using some of the cocktail designs. Okay. This one was using die cuts from my stash. This one was from one of the wine collections in the 3D toppers. And this one was using some die cut images with a nautical theme. So we will come back to those and take a look towards the end of the video. Right. To make it easy, I've designed some sheets that will help you, whether you're working in imperial or metric. You'll find the measurements in both bits. So first of all, I've taken an A4 sheet and I've cut it to 19 centimetres across. Okay, and then I've cut from that piece 15 by 15, 4 by 18 and 6 by 13. So here are my pieces that I've already cut. And if we go to the next sheet shows you where you want to score. So I do suggest that whether you want imperial or metric, you do yourself some charts and then you can just work along. So the scoring, we're now going to score down the 15 by 15 at 7.5. Bring that in. And we're going to score 7.5. Put that to one side. We're then bringing in my long piece and we want to score at 1.5, 9 and 16.5. So we're going 1.5, 9, 16.5. Put that to one side. And lastly, this piece here, we want to score 1.5, 6.5, 11.5. So 1.5, 6.5, 11.5. That's all the scoring we need to do. Okay, so got those bits all ready to assemble. Now if we go to the next chart, it tells you what panels to cut. Now I'm going to bring in another sample to show you. This one here was done in just ordinary patterned card. So I haven't done any panels on this whatsoever, except for one panel for the front, which was 6.5 by 14 and a mat of 7 by 14.5. Okay, so it can be done without all the panels, but I personally like the extra panels to go on it. So what we're going to look at now is, I've already cut mine, but I need 3 panels in a background colour. So 1, 2, 3, and they're 6.5 by 14. Now what I like to do is do all my cutting first and put them over the piece that I want to remember. Then I wanted 3 mats 7 by 14.5. So there's my 3 mats 7 by 14.5. Bit springy. I need 2 panels 6.5 by 3. So they go in there. I need 2 mats 7 by 3.5. 2 panels 5 by 4 and 2 mats 5 by 5 by 4.5. So I know that I've got everything that I need here. Now the first thing I'm going to do is these 2 back panels. So I'm going to take each of my panels. You can use whatever glue that you want, that you're comfortable with. Wet glue does give you a little bit of wiggle room, but entirely up to you how you want to do it. So if you're using metallic card, it is easier to lift it up if you go wrong. So there's number 1. Put that back onto there. Number 2. Let go down. Now because that went down a little skew with, I'm putting an extra piece on there. Well, to there, and this one onto there. Now 2 of these panels will go inside and one of the panels will be for the outside of my card. Right, so I'm going to place those there. I think I'll go on and do these as well. And then we've got all our panels just ready to assemble. I do use wood panelling quite a bit for my backgrounds. And then the 2 long panels. If you place them back where they should be, it's easier not to get mistaken. Where they're going to go in a minute. Yep. So there are all my panels ready to go. This is the inside of the card, and I'm going to take 2 panels and I'm placing 2 panels on here. Centre it in the panel so that it's not interfering with this crease at all. Take my next one. Second one, centre it. There we go. Now we're going to prepare the front panel, but we're not yet putting it in place. So I'm putting that to one side. So let's take a look at our next one. We're going to take the tallest piece that we've got, and we're going to place onto it our panels that fit that one. So there's one. Two. So these panels are centered there. Centered on there. Right, so what we're going to do now is on the front of these tabs, we're going to put double-sided tape. And just pop them back ready for when we use them. Now, what I like to do here is I use quite a few of my little bulldog clips. So what I'm going to do is line up the bottom of my piece here, and I'm also lining up this score line here. So I'm going to take the little clips and put them towards the centre there, because I want to lift the side, peel off the backing and press down. Now I have deliberately cut the grain going the other way on the paper because I wanted it to look like a table as against the background. Okay, I can take my clips off, and now I'm going to take this piece here. Now on this one we put the double-sided tape on the front of the tabs. This time we want it on the back of the tabs. So 1, 2. Right, I'm going to pop those. Okay. Now I want to place this on and again line up with the bottom of the card. Clip that in place. It's not going to move. I check that all these are in line, and then I take sticky backing off and fold it round. Now, if I remove that, you'll see we can fold the card flat, but this has now gone onto the front of the card. So now we can attach our next panel to the front of the card, and it will cover that little piece that we've just overlapped. So I'm now going to place that on there, and we've got the front panel in place. Open it up, and now we're going to put our other panels on. First one. So place that centered on there. Next one. Centered on there. So I'm going to put those out to one side now because we've finished measuring. There is our balcony card, all ready for decoration. Now, I said at the beginning of the video that I like to use these packs of Easy 3D toppers. So there's 30 actual layers in each pack, and they are generally themed around a subject. So this one is all wines and things. Right, so let me just show you some of the 30 layers. So if I get these together, I can't see the other one. Right. Nope, that's not it. There are 3 layers to each. There it is. So there's the main back one. Then there's the, sorry, that's the main back one. There's the next one. And there's the next one. And you can do like traditional decoupage with those 3 layers. I prefer to have the 30 pictures that I can put however I like. So I'm going to put those up there while we get our card in. Now the first thing I need to do is decide which is going to be the main picture on the front of my card, and I think I'm going to go for that one with the cask on it. So on the front, there's no reason why you can't layer this up as a 3-dimensional piece. So we're going to place that on there. Right. Now the thing to think of, it doesn't matter if it extends over here, right? Because it's not going to affect when it goes into a card. Okay. So there's that one. Now I have got a greeting, happy birthday. So I think I'm going to put that on. You need to remember that you're going to see this when the person opens the card. So you want a nice focal point. So that is what they'll see when they open the card. When you open the inside and they stand it up, then your happy birthday has come into that bit. So this was the main one that I was using on the front there, so I'll consider putting that inside. So I've got also a larger greeting that says wishing you a wonderful day. Now it's a little bit long, so I'm going to snip that off there, and I'm going to put some extra little bits just to cover that. So let's put this in place, and once I've got these in place, I can get on with all the other little bits. So some of your bits will come down in here, excuse me, and on there. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to have the bottle of wine, the grapes on there. Do remember to keep your adhesive down the bottom because you don't want it coming up over these layers. And I'm just doing it so it just breaks the white area here. So I can keep looking at it with it as it would be standing up, and I think I'm going to, I've got some more bottles there, so I think I'm going to put that so it is just coming up from that other side, keeping the adhesive low. Onto there. Just move that over a fraction. So there we're starting to build up our picture. I want something on this side that's not too high, because I want people to see that. And let's have a look. Ooh, we've got another wine bottle here with some red wine. So this one, because it's going on the back, I can put more adhesive on there. This is going to just go down there, right? So now we're starting to build up a lovely picture inside. And because you've got so many pictures, it's very economical to go mad and just put a load more bits in. So if I look at that one, it's the same as that one, so I don't want the same picture. I've got that, which is quite nice, but it's too big. So what I'm going to do is cut that off there. I'm going to add my adhesive low down. Because I want this stuck onto there, and the two little flowers that I took off, I can add adhesive to, and I can put them back onto the picture, but I can just stagger them a little bit. So instead of being a long design, I've now made it a more chunky design there. So I think that is probably enough. This bit here, wishing you a wonderful day, if you remember, I cut that off. So what I would like to do is I will take this bit here and and I will just use a few grapes. That will still do as another piece. So yes, I might have 30 layers, but I can make some of them into twos because they're so big. So I'm now going to press that there. So nobody knows that I've cut the bit off at the bottom. Wishing you a wonderful day. There is the inside of my card. Let me see if I can just turn that. When I flatten the card down, I've got my cask here, I've got happy birthday, and I've got a bottle of wine that's standing up there. So that is that card. Now I'm going to move these away. There's loads left and I only put out half of the pack anyway. So I'm going to place that on there. This one I just used plain blue for the background, and this is Summer Village. So I've added different elements from there. Okay. This particular one had 2 trees on it, so I've just snipped a wiggly line between and now I've separated them so it looks perfectly natural. When it's closed, I've got this beautiful scene on the front. This one is one of the wine ones. There's no greeting on it, but I can always add one later. So that's a nice one. This one, again, from the wine range, and I've got red wine, white wine, even a rosé up there. That's it when it's closed up. So we've got nice layers. Open, and that's a beautiful one. This one was done with a sheet of decoupage and I've just taken elements out of it. So I've used a background picture of just a sea and a shore. I've used some bits that are like a brick wall and just pulled out elements to decorate up. This one was back to the 3D toppers, and this was cocktails. So we've got a lovely design. This one I've put the greeting up there so that I've got plenty of room to do my design here. Open it up and we've got all the lovely cocktails stacked up there. A lovely sunny card. This one was using die cuts and I've just used pretty background paper. I've used a floral one for the front page and I've carried on the floral inside, but I've added die cuts of fence, little wild flowers. Some of the flowers are on the front, some inside, some on the back panel. So think about your layers as it goes through. And lastly, if you don't want to do all the panels on your card, then use a pretty card to start with. And so this same cutting piece as we showed in the beginning, but the only panel you need to do is on the front here. All the rest will be self-coloured from your sheet. Okay, so this is again 3D toppers, and this was from one of the floral packs. The floral pack had fairly large flowers in it, so you can see it's made much more of an impact. So I've only used one part this was one topper, and I've just put up 3 flowers out of another one, but I've cut them up so I could spread them out. Right, so do have a go at making the card, and I'd love to see what you create. Okay, so happy crafting. God bless.